Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft 1.8.9. This episode we were going to work on doing some farm work because I'm finding myself struggling with food. Which is cool. And we're also going to, time permitting, get some grass up here. Now, I'm actually thinking of doing the latter first because Sid from Titanium Gaming Media reminded me that with the new form of enchanting, the one that uses lapis in 1.8 and onward, it's actually more reliable now to just use basic enchanting, so maybe that's what we should do. Because it only uses a maximum of 3 levels, I think. And you can pretty much guarantee what you're going to get on it, at least the primary thing that you're going to get. So, let's make an enchanting table, just a generic enchanting table. We have an enchanter downstairs, and maybe it'll come in handy later, but we're going to do a normal enchanting table. I need more obsidian. We are going to need books, though, so... Well, we're going to need libraries. Bookshelves, I think is what this game wants to call them. Give me that. Wow, I only have 23 jungle wood. Alright, give me these. Those can go back in there. And now give me that. Now I'm getting mixed up between skyblock again. There we go. Alright. I much prefer this version, which is normal click for 1, shift click for 64, but it's becoming habit thanks to skyblock now, so I get mixed up. That's 10. I think you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think. So let's try that. We can make exactly that. Well, we can make 13. 13 should be enough. And for now, we will actually have a dedicated enchanting room. Why am I putting things back here? We will have a dedicated enchanting room, but for now... we're going to set it up over here in this corner. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can live there. And I think that gives us all we need. I think. It's hard to know anymore. So many changes. Anyway, I need to go get that last piece of obsidian, so I shall return. Okay, I return with obsidian. I also remembered frustratingly that we have no lapis, because remember, that was a big problem in the previous episodes. Well, the episode before last, where I needed lapis for blue dye, and didn't have any, so I cheated it in. Yes, I'm a filthy, dirty cheater. But we should be able to get lapis fairly easily, because this cave system is around lapis level, maybe just a bit too high, but we should be able to get lower in here, hopefully. We can. Also have scary flying endermen. Or, I can't remember what those are called, but they're ender something, ender watchers, I think. Get out of here. So I am going to do a little more caving. See if I can't spot any lapis. Because we only need a little. Don't need a lot. And I shall return once I have it. I have found a mimic. Get away from me, mimic. Okay. They're not hard, but they don't get knocked back at all. I also found this, which has no chests. That's weird. It's a dungeon with no chests. I blame this. probably replace the chest that was around here. Who knows though. Anyway, still looking for lapis. More interesting Grimoire of Gaia enemies. This one is a Bone Knight, if I remember right. Fortunately, he's at my mercy. So, quickly die. Thank you. As you can see, it has a lot of health. It is one of the harder mobs in the pack, I think. In the mod, sorry, not the pack. Come on. There you go. We didn't get a heck of a lot from him. We got a couple of diamonds, actually. That's nice. So there you go. The mod believes him to be worth a couple of diamonds. I would agree with that. I got very lucky with him being trapped like that. They hit hard, they move fast, and they're sneaky. Because they're underground. In the dark. Still looking for that lapis, by the way. Had no luck so far. But I shall persevere. That's the word I was going for. Lapis! Alright. Hopefully this is enough to get by with enchanting. I have no idea, actually. I'm not entirely sure what the new enchanting system is like. I've never really had the chance to use it. Because we've been stuck on 1.7 for so long. So the new vanilla mechanics are new to me. Go figure. I'm going to work my way back up, and I shall see you soon. Okay, smoky dokie, let's make this enchanting table. Where I put that book? Here. I put it here. Good. Crafting table. No, you go there. Ye oldie enchanting table. Right. So you do that for lapis and shovel. We should be able to... Ooh, silk touch. So 13 lapis, maximum of 4 levels. My butt. Or is that the level cost there? What's the 24 here? I'm confused. Silk touch and unbreaking, but we want silk touch, so here you go, silk touch 1, and that's all we got, but that's all I wanted, and it only took 3 lapis. That is actually very nice. 3 lapis and 3 levels. So that probably just means that enchanting is a lot more a lot better, a lot more accessible. That's what I was going for. Sharpness 3. What's the best we can get? Is that the best you're going to give me? Always? Okay, well, I'll take it. Sharpness 3 and unbreaking. What about you? Level requirement. Ah, I see. Okay, you need to have 24 levels, but it takes 3. Gotcha. I have now learned about vanilla mechanics. Yeah, I like that system, I think. Keeps things accessible without... Because the big problem, obviously, with the old way of doing things was that it was just... It was a pain. You'd have to get 30 levels at a time, and that was often a grind. And Lapis doesn't really have a point in vanilla prior to 1.8. Now it does. So that's nice. Right, so optimal positions for these will probably be not there for 1. Probably like every 3 blocks or so. 2, 3. We'll stretch that out to 4 for this corner. 1, 2, 3. Good. That should spread quickly. Let me just do this for the others, and then we can get on with the rest of the episode. Okay, that's all the grass placed, and as you can see, it's already spreading on the first one. So by the time we get back, at the end of the episode, we should have a fully green terrace here. So let's work on farms. Now, our farms are going to be special. They're not just going to be your standard farm. We're going to have interesting things happening with ours. And we're going to try and use chisels and bits. And I will show you what I have in mind once I have put away some things and we get out there into the muck. Alright, let's go east. So, first things first, we're going to need to clear out some more land. But in order to see the land we're going to clear out, we're going to need to vein mine. Which I have forgotten my keys for, believe it or not. I haven't used it in a while. I remember, it's Tilda. It's Tilda. I actually enchanted the axe. I put Unbreaking 1 on it. Because I thought that would be nice and helpful for what we need to do. And this is actually a really good radius of how much I wanted to clear out. We're probably going to want to go further in than this though. So, I'm sorry big tree, but you're out of here. And I really need to increase the maximum radius on this thing. We'll clear out some more of this underbrush. Okay, let's keep clearing, and keep clearing, and keep clearing until we have enough to put a few farms in. We're also going to want to make sure it's not too close to the temple. So we're going to want to keep moving. You are not a normal egg. What are you? Owl egg. Ah, so that's what the owls are from. I wonder what I'm going to do with an owl egg. What can I do with an owl egg? I can make a collapse imbue. Wonder what that is. So yeah, we're just going to be clearing out some of this wood. Shouldn't take too awfully long. And our road is going to pretty much dig into the terrain, and we are going to create kind of a V shape because we want it to look kind of artificial, as if the people that have built this temple have, you know, purposefully moved the earth, unlike what we did over there where we changed things so that it looked natural. The temple had been built onto a naturally flat area, but not this time. We obviously are going to want to move this wall further away from the temple anyway, so I'm kind of just at this point marking out how much further I want it away from there, because we don't want our farms to to extend up onto this cliff or anything like that and then have to dig them away later. Because these farms should be a fairly permanent fixture. And I'm going to go in another 3. Go in another 3 before we start shaping the land out. This way, having it all marked out for me, I'm going to make no mistakes in the future. Well, I'm not going to say no mistakes, but I should make less mistakes in the future. And with our fancy diamond shovel, we're making short work of it. Cool. But we will need to repair you soon, but that's fine. We're getting plenty of diamonds. So how large the road? Probably 5 by X. Wait. 5 by... Yes, 5 by X. I got it right. Okay, so that would be the road. Then I think we'd want 1 row of barrier, so it's kind of like the room at this level is 7 by 7, or 7 by X rather. And then we step it up. This is where the earth is deliberately carved, and we want it to look artificial where we can. That way it looks like it's been deliberately done by the people, carved out like a V shape out of the earth. So I'm going to get digging here and carve a path east, and then I will return. Okay, I'm back, and in the interest of time I've only dug the shape of the road out that far, but as you can see it's very deliberately cut out of the earth, and this is good. This is what we want to see. I've also just finished cutting that down, but the next thing I wanted to show you was a trick I used to use with micro blocks. If I was ever building in the jungle, wanted vines but didn't want them to continue growing down, and instead we're going to use chisel this time. And let's just grab some old leaf blocks, and all you would do is take the vines to the length that you want them. And if I was using micro blocks, so this still applies if you're watching this and playing on 1.7 or something, is you simply place the smallest strip that you can on the bottom. And in this case, we are going to just apply a single bit here and there on the bottom. And that will stop those vines from growing any further down toward the ground. We can do that with all the vines around here using our jungle leaf blocks. And the jungle leaf blocks are really non-invasive, so, you know, barely detectable is what I mean by that. This tree's going to eventually go in the end anyway, so we'll leave that there, but there you go. There's a handy little tip for you. Remember, if you're using micro blocks, you just use the smallest strip you can. It looks a little bulkier, but it's really hard to see unless you're looking for it, so don't worry about that. Get out of here. There we go. Okay, those shouldn't grow any further down. So the next thing is to actually clear some space for some farms. Now this is where we make a bit of a change. This road is extremely deliberate, carved out of the earth using hard labour. But the thing about farms is that the people will probably only clear what they need to, because clearing jungle, it would just be a ridiculous amount of physical labour. And I mean, if you're into history, go look up the creation of the Panama Canal. There we go. Good one, mouth. That was a lot of a Western venture, but that was a huge job through, at one point, a huge swath of jungle. And the real horror story of the entire thing came when it came to clearing out a lot of the jungle for the Panama Canal. I keep trying to say Macau. So they would they would find so much, because you'd have to cut down the trees and the brush, you'd have to clear it all out of the way, and then you have to get to the earth moving, and you have to move the earth through thick underbrush and things like that. So, you know, it was hellish to try and do that. So with the farms, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and place them a little bit haphazardly. Their shape is going to be deliberate, but their placement is going to be haphazard. I'm just going to quickly go to sleep, because the monsters that jump out at night on this set of mods is not too friendly. I'll be right back. Okay, back in day. So where was I? Right. Deliberate placement of farms and deliberate placement of earth to accommodate that, but nothing beyond that. So if we wanted to start a farm edge here, right, along there, what we'd need to do then is accommodate the farm going that way. So what I actually want to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then water. So that's where our water will be, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, no, the water's there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, deliberate, but no more than that placement of earth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am, because of the way that I'm actually going to do this farm, I'm going to put one more row of earth around what we actually want. Okay, and that is purposeful because we're going to use chisels and bits just for some, you know, for something that looks nice. Something that looks like care has gone into the very deliberate placement of these farms. And we're going to have one of these farms for every kind of crop, so they're going to have very large areas for single crops. I need to get these trees out of here because they're in the middle of the crop. They will melt away eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And because my favourite vanilla food is often potatoes, I think that we will dedicate this first farm to potatoes. Right, so why did I put this little border on? Well, we're going to use chisel. I am going to need some jungle wood. Wood. We are going to use wood because the people would have carved this up. I don't know how many blocks I'm going to need, but we'll go with 6 for now. Oh, I've run out of space. You know what? I probably don't need what I've got in the bag so far. So, goodbye. I said goodbye. Here we go. I think I wasted some jungle wood then, but that's okay. Let's take this out. Nom 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 nom. Right, plenty of jungle wood bits. Now, how big do I want this to be? How's that? I think that is the right width, but it's the wrong height. So I'll show you what I would do is I will make you being difficult. Right, so we have that, and I forgot my blueprints. I need my blueprints for this. Keep skeleton head, just throw this stuff out. Keep those out. Damn spot. Would never have thought that Macbeth would come in handy for Minecraft. Okay. So, let's head back and get blueprint. We probably want the positive blueprint. Yes, positive blueprint. So this is going to make this like a lot easier. Take our positive blueprint, run back to our farm. I really need to actually, because I have Bagginses on here, I should actually just make some tool bags, because I clearly don't have any, and then I wouldn't have to run back to the base for blueprints and things. So we have positive blueprint, which is wanting to replace this, which is incorrect. Here's a trick. If you don't want to actually do this, right, is simply place some bits or any bits on the blocks. You kind of lose track of where they are. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, and then replace them. And I think you're getting an idea of what I'm doing. I'm putting a border around the farm. And we obviously don't need anything special for that. We just do the corner with the bits that we have in hand. And thankfully, algorithm being the smart cookie that he is, I don't actually have to do anything when it comes to replacing this side with my blueprint. As you can see, it's auto-rotated because the rotation of the blueprint is based on your facing. Very handy. So we just go around. It's 2 clicks maximum. I could just go into my inventory, count out how many I'm going to need and make them, but why? Why, as I ask you? Get out of here, Vine. You too. Both of you. Out. So just place these all around. As you can see, because I was facing more north, it's reflected north this way, but we don't want it north, we want it to be west. And the reason it's snapping to the block is because I'm not holding shift. If I held shift, I could move it all around. But we don't want that. There we go. Actually, I think that shift thing only works when you're not using the blueprint, when you're using one of these. For example. So it's snapping to all the blocks right now, but if I held shift, I can smoothly move it around. I can't reduce you to bits, I don't think, without putting you down and then breaking you up this way. Cool. So now we have a border on our farm. Very neat. Now, I said it was too high for my tastes, so we're just going to get the plane modifier on our chisel, and we're going to take it down manually. I'm going to take it down by 1, which, believe it or not, as subtle as 1 is, it may be the right amount, but we shall see. I'm expecting I might have to go around a couple of times, actually, but it's all part of it. And the best part is, once I know how high I actually want them, I think I've gone around too many times. I have. That's okay, because if I do plane here while holding the chisels, oh, it's going to do the entire plane. Well, I'll do connected plane. There you go. And now we can put them back. Connected plane means it's not going to do any more than the detected surface of whatever you're clicking on. That's the best way I think I can describe that. So, yeah, I think I want to go down another notch. Oh my god, it's already nighttime and the next day I'm going to go sleep instead. Be right back. Okay, I'm back and we're just going to go back round, even though I've put this back. It was good to be able to explain the use of chisel though. Oh, that was bad. However, will I deal with that? Well, if I could remember my hotkeys, I could be a wise ass about it, but I don't. Redo. No, undo. Numpad 1. There we go, all fixed. So if you misclick, remember that you can do that. I don't think you can modify farmland. No, you can't, because farmland is special. So don't worry about misclicking on farmland. What we might want to do, actually, if we get really tricky, and I am tempted to get really tricky, oh, I'm doing it again. There we go. So I think that's the right height. Good. Good. Okay, nice. So, I'm tempted to get really tricky here, and I'll show you how. So, one thing about these blocks is, and it's always bugged me with farms, and I bet it's bugged you, when you've got a grass block, and you've put fences on them or something, or you've changed the terrain around them for some reason, and the block that's next to the farmland is a different texture than you would like. In this case, it's grass. It's like, why would grass be growing underneath these frames, right? Well, we're going to make our own custom block. And it's going to be fun, and it's going to be easier to replace than we did with these, believe it or not. So why don't we use you as a guinea pig block? We are simply going to... We use line. Oh, you're going to be tricky. Alright. Use line, and you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now this is a custom block. And I change to connected plane, reduce that. We now have that part of the block missing. Cool. I'm actually going to go down all the way there. Well, why don't we just go all the way, actually. And grab some actual dirt. We're probably going to need a few more. If it's a problem, we can... Oh, grid snap, please. If it's a problem, we can actually just empty the bag if we've taken too much dirt. I love the trash feature, it's so good. I do a lot more sculpting than I do additive building. So, you know, it's good for someone like me. Who's got dirt? Your dirt. So let's do connected plane for dirt, and then add. Cool. I think you're going to see what I'm up to now. With our chisel bag and our blueprint, we'll clear the blueprint first. Take a blueprint of this. Cool. And now, if I do shift and scroll wheel, I can shift this around, and I'm simply replacing the block underneath my feet with the one that we designed. Okay, and you will see in a second. Oh, if I run out of dirt, I have run out of dirt. How terrible is that? Let's get our chisel bag. We don't need anything that's in there now, so out you go. We will take you. You will be ours. Cool. So that's actually a good thing to learn with Chisel. Chisel won't stop you if you try and make something that you don't have enough materials for. It'll just try and make as much of the block as possible, which is why it's dug out the area with dirt, because we didn't have enough dirt blocks. Where are we? There. You filled in? That's not filling in. Why not? There's a jungle wood. Am I really out of dirt? I am. I am. Much better. Get our blueprint back. Which block we do? I'm going to do this one as well, just in case. And off we go. The one thing that you'll notice about doing something with grass is that it no longer does the... You'll see very carefully that grass texture is randomized in Minecraft. It unrandomizes it because it's just not that fancy, and it probably will never be that fancy. But we ran out of dirt. We ran out of dirt. Of course we did. Well, get out of here, grass blocks. And we'll dig some more dirt up. It's all going to be dug out at some point anyway, so why not? But I think you're starting to understand, or you probably got it ages ago actually. I'm not going to believe you're that daft, but what I'm doing here is I'm simply making it so that it's a grass block on the side that it should be, and dirt where it also should be, right? So we have dirt underneath the lip of the wood, but it's grass on the outside. Cool, huh? And we now have a completed farm frame. So that's one. We're going to do one for each crop, so we still have carrot, beets, because beets are a 1/8 thing, and wheat, but I don't have any beets. So we're also going to want to grow melons, and that plot is probably going to look different to these ones. Pumpkins and so on and so forth. But let's go get some potatoes and plant them. And potatoes get. So I'm just planting them. And they could do their thing. Right. May as well just plant all of them. Because the crop needs to get bigger anyway. And say we didn't like the fact they had water in the middle, right? Why don't we just take out your wood, your dirt. Would dirt be what we put there though? Or will that look mysteriously out of place? Questions and more. We'll see what I'm up to in a second. I wish I could get the farmland texture, but you can't get it. Not allowed. I just don't like the way that Minecraft does watering, to be honest. I suppose we can leave it as is, but a lot of people like to cover things, so why don't we just cover that with something interesting? Why not some jungle wood? Make it look like something deliberate in the middle. Maybe we can stick a torch on it, right? So I'm going to put you there. Oh, it's not even letting me place on farmland. Well, there you go. Cool. Now we will remove you, turn you back into farmland. And just questioning how I'm actually going to do this. Chop you down. That's fine. But if I... Oh, grass. I don't want grass. I want jungle wood. Oh, I placed all my jungle wood. Okay. That should be more than enough. You're not even as low as you could be. But I think that's because of the farmland giving that illusion. I think that is as low as it can be. because I can't place it in the water because I believe that stops it from being counted as a water block. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. So let's change you back to plane. Actually, you're not the one I want to be a plane. You're the one I want to be a plane. And that. Did that place on top? It did. So we'll remove you. Because if I put a plane here, what's going to happen is it's going to do it that side. And I want the plane on the bottom. Actually, I suppose what I can do is I can just do this. Oh, I've removed it. And it's nighttime again. Hooray! Actually, you know what? Here we go. Here's a way I can do it. We'll remove you. You're a full block. But why don't I just chop you down to size? Do it in reverse. Now that's a bit hovery and weird. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to solve that. But I would like to get moving. Because it's nighttime for one. So I shall return in a second. Okay, I'm back. And I took the opportunity to do some experimentation. Chisel water does not count as hydrating crops, so unfortunately we still have to remain with that water under there. I'll probably talk to Algorithm, see if I can't get him to do something about that, because that would be pretty cool. I mean, it could be abused, but he's done things like having the light level produced by glowing blocks be different depending on the amount of light block you use, so I see no reason why he wouldn't be able to put a limit on how little water you can have to hydrate crops. Anyway, point is, we can't do anything about that gap. So we have that gap there, but you can see I've made a kind of like light post out of it. I thought that was kind of cute. I just realised I've left this here, which, honestly, I'm just going to throw it out, because it's not needed anymore. What I will do though is replace the 2 blocks I removed. There we go. Cool. So that is that crop done. Now I'm going to do something non-chisel based. And I'll do the rest of the crops off camera. So when you come back next episode, there will be 3 other crops around here, probably another one over here and a couple over that side. But for now, we're going to do some more on this road here. And I'm going to rip this one directly out of Sid's book. At least, he's the one that I've seen do it the most. Other people may do it a lot, but he's the one I've seen do it the most. And we're going to grab a bunch of dirt. I'm going to put these back. And I'm going to put you back. You're going to get out of here. And for now, we're going to put these away. So, grab a bunch of dirt. And we are going to chisel the heck out of them. That's the wrong chisel. We want the one that looks like a purple and black checker box. And we're just going to grab a bunch of different kinds of dirt. And again, for those that don't know, Sid is a Minecrafter. And he runs the channel Titanium Gaming Media. And he's a totally cool dude. And you should totally check out his stuff, because it's worth checking out. I promise. So what he likes to do is, if he has like a trodden dirt path, he likes to grab a bunch of different kinds of dirt chisel blocks and start just digging in and replacing them. The thing we're going to do is we're going to dig out a lot of it, right? And I'm probably going to want normal dirt as well, which is annoying because I have a silk touch shovel. You want to do the side too. You'll notice I've deliberately skipped blocks, but you'll see why I'm doing that in a second. It will not remain a mystery for long. Just chisel these out. Chisel. I have chisels and bits on the brain. Shovel these out. It's a bit too happy with that side. Right, and simply the objective is to start laying down the blocks. I wish I had normal dirt on me, but I kind of don't. Could probably use that opportunity. And I'm doing this to block it out. This isn't the way that Sid does it. You may find his technique easier than mine. But mine is simply so that my brain isn't constantly fighting me over the fact that there's a big ditch here. My head does not like that. I keep thinking that's a chisel, but well, it is a chisel, but it's not the kind of chisel we want. Can I chisel grass? I can't. How terrible. Problem with putting it back to dirt is it's going to be immediately grown over, and we don't want that. I think I was using this one to block things out, wasn't I? So yes, full credit of this goes to Sid. I had a brain malfunction just then, but that's not exactly rare for me, is it? Taking my opportunities to get dirt where I can. Need to have a second shovel just for digging up grass. And I am going to mix things up slightly with the way that this road goes. But you'll see that once I've laid out some more of this stuff. So the idea now is simply to start haphazardly putting in some other textures. Okay, so I'm actually going to change things up just a little bit though, because I'm going to use certain ideas about people walking, right, and say that a smoother kind of dirt would probably be down the middle of the road. And it'll look very samey right now, but it will get mixed up. Don't you worry about that. So this is just, this is the Rorax technique, blocking things out and getting more detailed as I go, rather than putting all the detail in at once. So the idea here is that it gets rougher towards the edges because people don't walk along the edges all that often. And it's smoother, more crushed down along the middle because that's where people walk the most. that's why we're doing that. Oh, right. You. You will be sacrificed in the name of getting out of that pit. Oh, this dirt is so delicate. And as you can tell, it doesn't make the same sounds when you break it at the moment. I guess that's because this version of Chisel is really beta. So I guess that's why that's happening. And we are out of that kind. So let's make another stack. That is not the same kind. Oh well, that's fine. Will be good for mixing things up. Mixing things up and through. You can see the rule I'm pretty much doing here is, oh, it's falling nighttime, but guess what? I brought my bed. Take that. Also, I found out the function of owls. They hoot when it's nighttime, which is handy. I don't know whether they hoot when you can sleep, when it counts as late enough to sleep, but they certainly only seem to hoot at night. I have yet to hear them hoot during the day. I may be wrong. Cool. So we've kind of sorted out the idea of what this path is. So now we just start randomly hacking away bits and replacing them, right? And since I have these ones now, I'm just going to do these first. I'm going to keep my personal changes in play, which is that the more trodden areas use the smoother textures. And it's not that they are actually legitimately smoother, it's just that because the textures have longer lines in them, it gives the illusion of it being a smoother texture. They're just as noisy as any other texture. And of course, you're going to want to chip back into areas where to break the rules up just a little bit, right? We may even want to get some smooth blocks out there, here and there. Going way too much, overthinking this way too much, but I'm hoping it'll pay off. This part of the path needs some of these. Great. Right, let's mix things up a little more. We're going to use these ones to just be everywhere. So we're going to want some of these. We're going to want some of you. We're going to want some of... oh heck, you look fine. What's another one we can use? Don't want to use that one. It's all broken and weird. What do I have? Are these two different? I don't know anymore. No, they're not different. That one is different. That one is different. Good. Good, good, good. I am desperately running out of food, but we have potatoes growing. And rather than replant these ones, I will use them for food for now. Okay, so same deal. Just start hacking away at things. Just gonna murder some of this path. Unfortunately, I'm breaking like 2 at once when I only want to break 1, because these are very delicate blocks. Delicate little flowers. Let me up. Thank you. And maybe we want to just get a little more rough towards the front there. And I will reveal why in a second. It gets more sparse as we go on. Cool. So let's start putting some of these in. And some of these. Oh my god, I can break them with my fist. How about that? Then we want some of you. Trying to be as random about it as I can. And we want some of you to finish things off. Okay, so we have a kind of a rough path. I need to do some more around the sides though. That has become pretty clear. These sides are very samey. Use some more of these ones. Those aren't getting used enough. Okay, so looking decent so far. We have a problem, and the problem is the grass. Grass is hugely contrasting with the actual dirt path. It's really annoying. Because it's just like these hard edges around here. And I'm wondering how I can solve that. Just thinking about it. Because they are really messing things up. Chisel, do you have a dirt block that kind of has any grass bits in it? You do not, do you? I'd like something between just proper grass and dirt. Something that's like just has a little bit of grass in it. I'm wondering if that exists anywhere. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make it. Isn't that fun? Could be interesting to make something like that, though. It might be a nice way to cap off the episode, too. Yep, alright, why don't we do that? First things first, I'm going to compact these all back down to good old standard dirt. So I have more inventory space. Good. And because we're going to be exclusively working in grass and dirt, I'm going to take my chisel bag. I'm going to empty it out. As you can see, I had water chisel blocks in there from when I was experimenting. So, all we really need to do is take off the top layer. You turned into grass. That's really annoying. Come here. Take off the top layer. Good. No, I didn't really want to take off the top layer. What I want to do is bite into the top layer. And it doesn't really matter how I do that. So let's do some of these. A couple on the edge would be nice. You dirt. You are dirt. Good. I am getting finicky here, but it'll be worth it. I promise. Okay, and then we probably want some single bits dotted around. And I'm wondering who in the seats out there in the audience can figure out what I am going to fill these spaces in with. Should be fairly obvious, considering my early complaints. Right, so now I don't think I'm going to experiment. If I do, stop doing that. You grow so fast when I don't want you to, but you'll refuse to grow that fast when I want you to. Okay, now we take a grass block, pop you down, and annihilate you. Okay? And the experiment goes like this. I'm just wondering if I can just take a large cube and... Good! It didn't replace any of the dirt blocks. See? So if we come across here, I can now just fill in... Oh! You are unwanted. Get out of here. I can just fill in what I've done. Like that. Or you please. And because of the unfortunate lighting issue, I can't tell whether I've gotten it all. I think I have. Cool. So we'll see how that goes just for now. That block there. We can always make a different block if it looks too samey, but I have an idea of a way to mix that up, and it's a very cheap way to do it, but it will work, I promise. Let's chisel the heck out of these, so we have enough to make our blocks out of. I should have actually done it in reverse and used grass blocks, because I'm obviously going to have more grass bits than I am going to have dirt blocks, but we'll see how it goes. Cool. So, clear you. I will take a blueprint of you, thank you very much. And let's just start going... Oh, see, we've already run out of dirt. That is a big problem. Come here. I must reduce you down to bits. Good enough for me. You can be one, these can be... Oh my god, I'm already out of dirt. This is the worst. This is the worst. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to chop the bottom off. Right? And... Plain, cut the bottom off like this. Because we only want the top layer, right? And then we take grass bits instead. Ugh. I threw my grass bits out. And they went over here. No, 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 no. Out. There we go. Grass bits. Put you back into plain. Make a full block back out of you. Now it's mostly a grass block. Cool. So let's clear you. Now when replacing these, we shouldn't like just immediately run out of bits. And rotate. Okay, that's how we mix things up. Believe it or not, Our eyes are not that worried about what we... I'm out of dirt again. Not that worried as long as it's different enough, and I'm hoping that it's different enough. And rotate. And obviously I can mix things up by changing which side I'm coming at it from and so on. But now it doesn't look nearly as terrible. We might want to do one in between though. And we can just do that like this. Let's take a large cube. And you, why not? Medium cube. And grass blocks. Large cube. And this is like the block that has more grass on it. Pretty simple idea. So now we replace some of them with this one. Try and vary things up just a little bit. Again, can't be too fussy about it. I mean, if we want to get super fussy, what we can do is like customize the edges around the ones that we're leaving as grass. Okay, I don't know whether I want to go that far, but we could. It's a possibility. I'm just gonna add some of these back in. And copy the lesser one again. Oh, don't worry, they will all decay, but yeah, we'll just leave that for now. I'm out of grass. That's fun. This is a problem because there's bits everywhere. I'm just going to delete all these. Right. Do some cleanup. Most of these will be those custom dirt blocks, so we'll actually want to empty the bag again. Gone. And carve up a helpless block made of mostly grass blocks. Grass bits, I should say. Okay, so let's fix these. Oh, that's a bit funny looking. You will be my victim. Ugh. I need multiple bags at this point. Although this is technically a really big task. What? Really? Well, I suppose you are mostly just an entire block of grass, so it does actually make sense. What would actually be the better idea here is to reduce it down to not have it as an entire block like it is right now, but only have the top layer, and then it wouldn't use as many bits as I'm using right now, and I wouldn't run into the problems that I do. But there you go. We have a nice dirt path. Yeah, we might want to work on an even more grassy one with just hints of dirt throughout it. Oh, please. You can be that now. Well, apparently you can't be that now. But you can now. Okay. Delicate chisel blocks. Yeah, like just another grass block, but just with hints, touches of dirt in it. So that there's three kinds. There's the touches of grass, there's the medium grass, and then there would be touches of dirt, just to have that gradient there. But that looks good enough for now. Sort of. Now, there is actually something I wanted to do with this whole situation. And that is, and we are going to want to clear this again. I'm going to put these in here. And then delete them. And this is how we're going to finish out the episode, because it's gone on for a while now. Take the plane, and we are going to basically go straight down the middle with this thing and not skip a beat. Except for this one, because if I remove the top of this, it's going to be a grass block underneath. So we leave that as is. And then we're going to come down here, and we're going to do most of them. And we're especially going to do the ones closest to the temple stairs. Getting the idea there, and then we're going to do some of these ones. Our bag's getting full, so goodbye. And bed. Okay, and we're going to do the middle again. Mostly. Then we're going to do all of these. You might be thinking this is going to start getting really laggy because of all these custom blocks. No. No, not at all. Because these are still 6-sided polygons. They still cost just as much to render as any old block in Minecraft. So there you go. We have a trodden path. And I can't run on it because I'm starving. Raw potatoes. Aha, I've found a problem. We're probably going to want to put a little bit of cobble or something here along that line because it's too high for me to walk up now. But yeah, now we have a trodden path. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. Next episode, between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the other plots of farm out this way. They're going to be at different elevations and stuff like that. I was going to put paths leading to them and give them a similar treatment to this one. And hopefully it'll work out. So I think with that, with our road to the west having been now put in, or started anyway, it's going to have to keep going for it to be any good. We will continue next Monday. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.